Yes.
Welcome. We want to thank Peterson and Smith Equine Reproduction Center for allowing us to come out here today. So we want to make sure before you leave that everything is clean, put away, and we leave this facility as we found it. They're very kind to let us come out here and learn how to collect blood samples and give injections on their mare herd. So we're going to do 3 activities today. The first one is going to be an intramuscular injection. That might be something you would do for a vaccine or maybe to give an antibiotic. There are some intramuscular injections that we do. And then you're also going to take a blood sample, and everybody's going to be shaking like this when you go to do that, but it's perfectly fine. It just takes practice, but you'll get probably your first practice. Has anybody here taken a blood sample from a horse? Okay, at least one has. I have done hundreds and thousands of them. I was involved in a research project when I worked at New Bolton Center, where we had to take blood samples from day-old foals all the way up to when they were 6 weeks old. We were collecting samples every week from them. And it's easy to take it from a horse that stands still in the stocks. It's really hard to take it from a foal that's jumping around. So, but anyway, you'll hopefully get some practice, and at least today you'll get started on your practice. The third activity you're going to do is to administer an oral medication, and then we have a little experiment we're going to do as well when I set up that component, and we'll talk about how to give oral meds. So the first thing I'm going to set up and do is show you how to do an intramuscular injection. So today we have 3 cc syringes. They do not have the needle already attached to them, but we have 20 gauge needles, 1.5 inches, and that's usually what you use for an intramuscular injection, is a 1.5 inch needle. We're only going to inject sterile saline into the horse's neck muscles today, but that'll mimic what you do for an injection. So you open up the package with a syringe, you open up the package with a needle, and these are lure locked, is what we call these syringes. They have a little channel with, it looks like it's been tapped for a screw, and that allows us to tighten the needle down onto the syringe so that it doesn't accidentally pop off. So now we have assembled our syringe and needle, and I'm going to load it with 1 cc of sterile saline, which I have hanging over here. Amanda, you want to be my holding person? You can hold that up here. Okay, so we're going to actually inject in through this access port. Normally when you inject into something that's sealed like this, a bottle, you have to inject the same amount of air as you are pulling out of liquid. So I'm going to open this up, pull back on the air to 1 cc. I promise I won't stick you. Go easily through that port, inject the air, see the air bubble float up, pull back on the plunger to 1 cc, and pull the needle back out. There's almost always an air bubble in the syringe, and so we want to get rid of that air bubble before we inject. And what I like to do is pull back on the plunger and make the air bubble bigger, and then you can easily expel the air until you see the liquid coming out the needle. So everybody see that? I know it's a far distance away. So we're loaded, lock loaded, ready to go. We'll put the cap back on. So we'll hang this back up here. We have some isopropyl alcohol and some 4x4s today to clean the mare's neck.